Good morning, grade 6, right? Let's have first the
morning.
computer. Yes, come again.
Oh,
No, I said morning.
Okay, let's have first the computer 6. Okay, I'll be giving instructions as to where should be submitted. Where should you submit your computer 6 activity? Okay, some of you submitted it on my messenger, which is we might have hard time recording this from the messenger. Remember that we have systems, correct? Grade 6?
Yes.
Grade
Yes.
6, are you still with me?
Yes.
Okay, we have systems to
Yeah.
follow. And this systems is automatically generated. Okay? Your LMS is directly connected to your class record. That's the reason behind. Okay? For your activity number 1, let me share my screen. Okay? Listen to the instruction. I'll be opening again activity number 1, and online and face-to-face student, please submit all your activities. Then please submit all your activities in your LMS. Okay, remember the deadline that I had given? Okay, I extended this one until Friday, until Tuesday, correct?
Yes.
Are you still with me?
Yes, teacher.
Okay,
Yes.
I extended this one until Tuesday. So as what I had promised, I'll be opening this one until Tuesday. Still loading. Okay. Tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. Again, all your activity 1, the curating online text, should be submitted in your LMS. Am I making this clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, with regards to the instruction given in your activity number 1, okay, the searching phase, all you have to do is to search, correct? The searching phase. Are you still with me? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
teacher.
Okay. For the searching phase, the instruction given here is, okay, let me share again my screen. Okay. First step in creating gadget article is to search for the information about different gadgets or technology using the keywords related to gadgets. Correct? You already done with this. For this section, you will be searching for one website, okay, for the information about the gadget you choose. You will also be searching one website again for the gadget review, and last, you'll be searching for top 3 similar gadgets available. That's the instruction for searching phase. Now, if you're done with the searching phase, all you have to do is to move to the next phase, which is the organizing phase. You need to organize what you had searched, correct? The second step of curating gadget articles is to organize the information you have collected from the websites you have found. Okay? You will have to make appropriate label. You need to make the appropriate label, and you will be creating keep note to save the information. Correct? Hey, Robin,
Teacher,
you're
can
raising
I
your
just?
hand.
I'll just copy paste the things I typed in from the Google Doc.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we are still in the curating online text, right? We're not yet done with the curating online photos. That's the next lesson, the lesson number 2. I might include lesson number 2 in your major exam. Right? Are we okay? Are we done with computer 6? Okay, again, I'll
Yeah, I
be
think so.
waiting for your outputs for this activity. I already given you a lot of time to do this activity. Okay, this is quite a lot, right? So the deadline for this is tomorrow, Tuesday. So let's continue with science 6. Hold on, let me share my screen. We are still in the separating mixtures. Hold on. Let me share my screen. Okay, planning. Simplification. Okay, we did stop last meeting in separation by centrifugation. Okay, getting sugar from sugarcane juice is more complicated than getting salt from seawater. Remember the seawater? You just need to put them under the heat of the sun, let the water evaporate, and there you go. You can have your salt, correct? Are you still with me?
Yes,
Yeah.
teacher.
Okay. Evaporating water from sugarcane juice does not give a white sugar at all. Remember that there are a lot of mixtures there. There are a lot of components there. But take brown molasses. This molasses will have to be placed in a machine to be centrifuged or spun rapidly until brown crystals are left behind. Getting white sugars from the brown crystal requires bleaching and washing the sugars with some chemicals. That's really hard. Okay. Another example of centrifugation is when you have your laboratory procedure in CBC. That's complete blood count. Okay. After they collected enough blood samples, they will use centrifuge to separate the blood components. This is how we check on the count of your blood components, like for example, platelets. CBC is usually done if you are actually suspected for a dengue. Okay, in dengue, usually the platelets goes down. That's why we need to check on the complete blood count. Your components, your blood components. So separate the blood components. Okay, since this is a homozygous, a homogeneous mixture, homogeneous mixture, we need to have what? Centrifugation with the use of centrifuge. This is a centrifuge. Okay, your blood sample will be placed on the centrifuge, and the centrifuge will spun, okay, fast or spin fast in order to separate the different components of blood. Question so far? Question so far?
No,
Okay,
teacher.
JM.
No.
JM's raising your hand.
When they spin it, how does it separate? Does it go into another container?
No, it will not go to another container, JM.
But
After
then what will it?
spinning, okay, after spinning, the different components of blood will just settle down at the bottom.
Oh, okay, at the bottom. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, yes, Alex, you're raising your hand.
Wait, so blood is like a suspension because all the blood will go to the bottom of those like tubes when they spin it.
Technically speaking, it's not a suspension. Okay.
Okay.
Technically speaking, it's not a suspension. We did centrifugation to separate. If you're gonna leave blood alone in its container, it will not settle. Okay. Then it will not settle anything there because
Okay.
again, your blood is a homogeneous mixture.
Okay.
It will not settle something there. Have you seen a blood in its container?
Not
Yes.
Or
really.
a blood bag, okay, with
Yes, I've seen a
500
blood
cc
bag.
or 400 cc?
Oh,
It will not settle something there unless you separate them. Okay, you separate the components of blood by centrifugation. There's no other way to separate, okay, blood This is through centrifugation. Any other question?
No.
No.
All right, let's move forward. Separation by distillation. You remember your alcohol? Okay. How can you separate alcohol and water there? Okay. Ethyl alcohol or ethanol is made of fermented extracts from different plant sources like sugarcane. Okay. When you say ethyl alcohol, it's a natural alcohol. Okay. It is actually created in plants. Okay. By fermentation or aerobic anaerobic fermentation. You are releasing oxygen in the process. Okay. You tend to extract alcohol in plants. Okay. Just like your sugar cane. Extracts from plants are basically solutions of alcohol, water, and other materials. Alcohol is separated from the solution through distillation. How? Okay, this is now the twist. Alcohol and water boil at different temperatures or boiling points. Since they have different boiling points, okay, that's their distinct characteristics, okay, distinct properties, we can now separate alcohol and water through their boiling points. How? 78% or 78 degrees Celsius for alcohol, and water is in 100 degrees centigrade or Celsius. So if we're gonna boil the solution of water and alcohol, okay, up to 78%, you are now extracting alcohol in the process. Okay, but if you're gonna reach 100 degrees centigrade, okay, you are now extracting water. So how can you extract alcohol? We need to heat the solution 78% or 78 degrees centigrade. Therefore, we'll boil out the alcohol from the water. You are distilling. Okay. Again, how can we separate alcohol and water? Through their boiling points. The boiling point of alcohol is 78 degrees centigrade or Celsius, while water is 100 degrees centigrade. So we need to boil the solution up to 78 degrees Celsius only to extract the alcohol, leaving out water in the process. That's how we separate alcohol and water. JM, where's JM?
I think he disconnected.
Anyway, I'll be uploading this one in your LMS. Okay, this is already recorded, so I'll be uploading this one in your LMS. You need to check on the videos in your LMS. Okay. So how can we separate alcohol and water again? By distillation. How? Because the different characteristics, alcohol boiling point is 78 degrees Celsius and water is 100 degrees Celsius, or water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Therefore, we can put the solution, heating it under 78 degrees centigrade only. So we are now extracting alcohol in the process. Okay, leaving out water. Below the distillation setup, below is the distillation setup, evaporated alcohol goes to the pipe called fractioning column, then into the smaller condensation tube. Okay, I'll let you see later. Here, the vapor is cooled using running water, and so liquid alcohol drips in the collector vessel at the right. The liquid alcohol is called the distillate. Okay, we are collecting now distillate. The temperature should not reach 100 degrees centigrade or Celsius, or else some of the water will also evaporate and mix with the alcohol vapor. So that is the main reason why. Okay, let's have this one. Okay, this is now your setup. As you can see, your alcohol here and water is being boiled up to, okay, up to 78 degrees Celsius only. Okay, so that we can extract alcohol in the process and leaving out water. Did you understand? Grade 6?
Yes,
Did
teacher.
you get the point of distillation?
Sorry, teacher, I disconnected. I'm back now.
Okay, let's go back. Did you understand, everybody?
Yes, teacher.
Well,
Okay, let's
some
go.
might have not understand it.
Yes.
Let's go back. Distillation.
I didn't
Okay.
really understand.
Let's go back. Okay. How can we separate water and alcohol again? Through distillation. How can we do this? Since water and alcohol has a distinct characteristic, okay, they have different boiling points. We can use that boiling points in separating water and alcohol. Okay. Alcohol boils at, or the boiling point of alcohol is at 78 degrees centigrade or Celsius, while water is 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, so they have different boiling points. So we can just boil the solution, water and alcohol solution, up to 78 degrees Celsius to extract the alcohol. After which, it will leave the alcohol. So we already separated alcohol and water in the process, just like this setup. Okay? We just boil the alcohol solution, alcohol and water, up to 78 degrees Celsius. Okay, after which, water will just be in the container and alcohol will run through these pipes and dripped on the other side. So we are now collecting distillate in the process. Okay, the distillate there is your pure alcohol. Did you get my point?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let's continue. Separation by rectification. What's with the rectification? How can we do this? The process of separating mixed gases is called rectification. Okay, to rectify, which is special kind of distillation. It is still, it would look like actually a distillation. Okay, in order to do this, air will have to be liquefied first. Okay, liquefied. We need to change its state into liquid. As liquid air heats up, each of the component returns to the gas phase at different temperatures. Same. We are separating different gases according to their distinct characteristics. Okay. For example, at negative 195.8 degrees Celsius, nitrogen boils and turns back into gas together with neon and helium. Okay. These gases can be collected in other containers. Okay. The remaining liquid is mostly oxygen because, again, oxygen has a highest centigrade, okay, boiling centigrade compared to nitrogen and neon, and helium. Okay, to further separate gases, particularly those that turn back into gas at very close temperature differences, more precise temperature controls are needed. So we can also separate them to giving out a perfect, again, giving out a perfect temperature, boiling temperature. Right? Let's continue. Liquid nitrogen is used to keep things cold at temperatures way below those in an ordinary refrigerators and freezers. Nitrogen is also used in making fertilizers. Harvested oxygen is stored in pressurized tanks. This is how we collect oxygen. It is used in hospitals to give patient air with higher oxygen content. Another use of oxygen in tanks is in the acetylene torch for welding. We also use oxygen in acetylene torch, the one used in welding. Okay? Argon, neon, krypton, and xenon, these are noble gases. Gases used in making colored bulbs, for signs, okay, used in buildings and establishments. Okay. This is one good example of frozen nitrogen. Okay. Yes, JM.
Here,
JM,
so
you're raising your hand.
basically, how do they collect the liquid nitrogen? Do they make it? Or do they just
Yes.
collect it? They
Thank you
make
for
it?
the question, JM. They collected nitrogen
Oh,
and put it in its freezing point.
oh, okay.
Okay. Any other question?
Is it harmless or dangerous?
Well, definitely
Extremely
it has also
dangerous.
harmful effects,
Because of
especially in
its
plants. Remember
because
that
of
this
its
is
coldness?
below, this is negative 198 degrees Celsius.
Oh,
Chris,
okay.
Alex, you're raising your hand.
If you put your finger in it, your finger might freeze and could break off, right?
Yes, of course. Of course. Remember, the
It
freezing
is so
point of water
cold.
is 100 degrees, negative or 0 degrees centigrade. That's the freezing point of water. This is negative 198 degrees. Negative 198 degrees. Yes, it could be harmful. It depends upon. Okay? Especially in plants, it can actually break plants. Yes, any other question? Again, class, you listen. Liquid nitrogen, okay, might be harmful. It depends upon how you use the liquid nitrogen. Okay?
Putting your finger into it and then your finger falls off because of its
Question.
coldness, that's called frostbite, right?
Yeah. Question. Why do
Yeah,
you need to put your fingers under the liquid nitrogen?
for no reason.
What is the
Yeah.
purpose of putting your
Yes.
fingers there? Liquid
Yes.
nitrogen are used in laboratories
For
in order for us to
laboratories.
freeze faster, in order for us to freeze some of the specimens faster.
Yes.
That's the purpose. Why do we need to have liquid nitrogen? Okay? This is not time for us to play with the liquid nitrogen. Okay? Liquid nitrogen is a tool. This is a tool for us. A laboratory tool, not a toy. Okay? Any other question?
Mm,
No.
No.
Let's continue. Separating suspensions and colloids. Okay? Filtration. You have learned that heterogeneous mixtures with large solids suspended in a liquid can be separated using strainers or by filtration. But in suspensions such as coffee, the particles are too small to be strained. Okay? The fine suspended particles are instead filtered using filter paper. Okay? Filter paper has much fine holes to which water, but not the ground coffee, can pass through. Okay? That's under filtration. Let's take a look at the usage of filtration, or how can we maximize filtration. In rural areas, clean water through filtration. In rural areas, people enjoy spring water that is filtered through thick layers of sand and rocks. Okay? Some natural springs have water so clean that they are bottled at source and sold in cities or places without spring water. Okay? In cities, water is treated in the process. Yes, JM.
They
You're raising your hand.
filter the spring water, right? And then it turns into clean water and they use it for
Yeah.
like water treatment. Yeah.
Yes. Other areas, like for example, I have seen some of these spring waters on in Carmen, Cebu, I think. They have their some spring waters. They tend to put some filter there, okay, to screen the dirt, but the water itself is already clean. Okay? It has a lot of minerals. Remember that our body needs those minerals and for metabolic processes. Okay? Spring waters, okay? In Bisaya or vernacular, it is called bud. Okay? So bud is from what? The roots of big trees. Okay? And pull out water, and in the process, we can actually collect pure and clean water in it. Okay? In the rural areas, they tend to filter those water to collect more clean, collect dirt out water. Okay? Because remember, as the water okay, have those on the surface ground, okay, tendency is it also collects some dirt and solutes in it. So in areas like these unpolluted areas or forests, okay, we can collect them and use filter in the process to remove some of the dirt. Okay, are you still with me?
Yes, teacher.
Did you
Yeah.
understand?
Yes, I really did understand. I did
Okay, we're
understand
taking
because
this
I've been
little by little as much as possible so that you can also follow. Okay, in cities, water is treated in the process to provide clean water for many homes and businesses. Filtration is an important process in water treatment facilities. Whether the dirty water is a suspension or colloid, filters takes out a lot of impurities to produce clean water. Just like your nature spring water. They use a lot of filtration there in their plant. Let's continue. Some impurities in the water are coagulated. Coagulated means what? They're actually, what comes into your mind when you hear the word coagulated? To coagulate is to what? Means means grouped. Okay? Some of the impurities in the water are grouped, okay, and settled at the bottom of the pools. Okay? When water is filtered through layers of sand and anthracite, a special kind of carbon, these impurities are removed. Okay, at home, some people install filters on their faucets. You have filters in your faucets at home?
yes.
Okay, some of the parents or some of your parents use filters in their faucets because again, this water need also some filters before we can actually use them. These filters are clean and white when they're new, but become discolored and dirty after some time. This means that they have been removing a lot of dirt from your tap water. Okay? Your tap water is your what? What is tap water then? Yes, JM.
It's the water that you use to take a bath, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Water from the MCWD, the water from your faucets. That's your tap water. Okay. So this is now the process of filtration. Okay, as you can see, dirty water, okay, will pass through different layers of fine sand and gravel. And then it will pass to the faucet. And there you go. You can have clean water. Okay. But sure, would this eradicate or remove bacteria in the process? The answer is no. It will not remove bacteria unless you boil it up to 100 degrees Celsius. Then you can remove the bacteria. Okay. But if you will not boil this up, still it has a lot of bacteria in it. Okay. But take note that not all bacteria are harmful. Okay. Only few species of bacteria can actually cause serious or diseases. Serious diseases. Let's continue. Okay. Kidney and dialysis. Yes, JM. Still have 4 minutes left.
Teacher,
Yes,
how
JM.
about pathogen? Isn't that a harmful like bacteria?
Of course, a pathogen is an
Yeah.
organism that can cause disease or that can cause harm to certain individuals. That's a pathogen. Okay. So some of the pathogens are actually bacteria in form or bacterial in nature. Okay. So, but take note that these are just few. Okay. only few species of bacteria can cause harm. A lot of the bacteria has also its purpose, okay, in a biological niche or in an ecosystem, especially in your gut or gastrointestinal tracts. It has a lot of bacteria there, but it is a good bacteria. It will actually help you in your digestion. Let's continue by next meeting with kidneys and dialysis. Do you have any questions so far?
No,
With filtration? Okay, I think it's already time. It is already we lapsed around 7 minutes. Okay, we still have 3 minutes left. Again, I'll be waiting for your answers until tomorrow class for computer 6, and then you will go with lesson number 2 in computer 6, which entitled curating online photos. Okay. This is also included in your major exam for science 6, separating mixtures, right? I think that will for today, class. Have a nice day, grade 6. Do you have any questions so far?
None.
No.
Okay. Class, you listen. Do not make things complicated. Okay? Grade 6, do not make things complicated. Let's make this as easy as possible. Because as what I had observed, a lot of you are making things complicated. Okay? Your computer 6 is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Okay?
Yeah,
Your
it wasn't
computer
so
6
hard.
is as easy as 1, 2, 3. It's not hard. Just like your first lesson. You're just making it complicated. Homogeneous and heterogeneous. It's so easy. You can just observe them at home. Okay? This is a continuation. The lesson 1 is a continuation. The lesson 2 is a continuation of lesson 1. They are connected. Our lessons here are interconnected. Right? Questions?
No.
Okay, JM, please check attendance. I think that will be all for today, class. Thank you for your
Okay.
participation. Grade 6. Have a nice day, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Bye bye.